party, friends. It's Tuesday and time to tweak some things. My hair still needs some tweaking if that's... I got it cut, but, you know, I didn't get to, like, fix it. So, you know, we're working through it. It's all good. Hello, everyone. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we don't know that you're here, and we like to know that you're here. Sorry, I'm moving things around. I'm always moving things around.
Make sure it's just clearing the roll.
It is. But it was poking its little thing into the camera.
Oh.
Y'all, can you hear P okay? Let me know in the chat.
Can you hear me okay?
Say hello in the chat. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube-y business. And then we very much appreciate it because it helps us do more of this. Yay. Okay, these things keep sticking to my elbow. Just put this thing over here and stick it to my elbow.
Well, I need to have that. I just left that over there because it was wet. Oh, you messed it up.
I haven't messed it up. Like I said, it keeps sticking to my elbows. Or my elbow. Just in my area. Anyway. Hi, everyone. Let's say hello personally. And that's how I know that you're here if you say hello in the chat. We've got Becky, Betsy, Betty, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Darcy, Dana, Devin, Eddie, Elizabeth, Ellen, Griffinshell, that's Rhonda, Imelda, Jennifer, Joni, Miron, Jolly John, it's been a bit, and I'm so glad you're here. Julie, just for crafts and giggles. Just me, Lexi, Lori, Lydia, Michelle, Penka, Ricky, sorry, Silver Granny or Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn, Sue Davis, Susan, Bill Hugh, SWL, that's Sherry, the Shilly Studio, that's Margot, Tracy LeBeouf, Trish Coogan, hello Trish, how are you and Effie? I hope everything is good.
Oh, I heard from Effie the other day.
Oh, good.
She sent me a funny.
Did she? Was it slightly inappropriate?
Slightly.
Good. That's why I'm not reason.
Not totally, but
right,
just a little,
enough.
A tiny bit.
That's what we like. Hey, you got your birthday shirt on.
I do.
It's the one from Becky that arrived, and she's like, "Oh, I just thought you got it for me because I did not intercept the package."
See?
See?
Can you read it?
Mm-hmm.
Earth without art is just
eh.
I love it. And plus it has, I can wear anything I want to with it because it
rainbow.
Has every color there.
That's why I tell Izzy I like rainbow. It goes with everything.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So, and we got Julie Parker, Isabel. Yes, give me pinky hello hands. Ketra is here. Awesome. Mo says our friend Miriam was here and sends her apologies. No need. We love Miriam.
Thank you, Shannon.
Apologize. Okay. Devin is here. Hello, Shannon. Okay. Now, all right, let's get to it here. So I think today's the last day of the sign up. Like, if you don't sign up by midnight, then you can't do the swap for
I signed up.
May. She signed up. That's over in the Makers Mixed Media Art and Arts Facebook group. If you're not a part of that group, you really should be. You're missing out. I understand if you are not on Facebook. I totally get it because, seriously, it's a lot. It's a lot. But that is where we hang out and do things. So if you want to, you know, do those things, that's where it happens. I wish there was some other way. I have thought about it.
And can someone who remembers...
That looks like either Angie Rydell, Angela, or Maxine. Well, that's my guess.
It's absolutely wonderful. I love it in the little shiny
I think they're meant for like book dangles, but
and then I put my little I need to kind of clean it up. Turquoise and coral drop there.
Hi, Marguerite.
I thought it looked splendid.
It does.
I think you're supposed to put it on a journal, but I thought it belonged on my neck.
I mentioned that. Mm-hmm. Hello, Tina Schwanberg. Okay, I'm going topside. That's okay. I was like, why is it so washy outy? There we go. That's a little better. Now it's at me, but that's fine. My camera's better than her camera.
Alrighty. Can everybody see the stuff on the?
No.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Now they can.
Now they can.
Oh, I didn't fix the camera. I came up here. I did all those things, and then I was like, one second, y'all. You know, I need to turn your camera on. I really did come up here and, like, you know, pre-do things, but obviously not enough.
All right, well, I have all kinds of, I thought texturally this was a very interesting bunch of stuff here. I wanted to talk about this product here. It's called Wood Hardener. And I don't know, PC Petrifier is the name of it, and I don't really know who the...
You can get it on Amazon. I might even have it in our shop.
www.pcepoxy.com. And it's from Allentown, Pennsylvania. The protective coating. All right, this is absolutely the shiznit stuff.
If you're wanting to
Number
seal
one,
something.
it's really loosey-goosey, so you can dip stuff in it. And it gets down in cracks and crevices like nobody's business. And it dries up harder than a rock. That is how I did these beads. I'll show you the ATCs here in a minute. All right, the original ones came from Seattle when Mariah and I were there on spring break, and we went to the museum, and they had, their emphasis was in Japanese, because they had the person showing there, and I can't remember who it was, but remember it was the car that was going through the air with the neon lights, and they had suspended it on the ceiling, a real car.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. But I remember getting the little bag in the gift shop.
Yes, and also a little woven bag.
Mm-hmm.
And do you still have that someplace?
I do. You want me to go get it?
Well, we should bring that up. But anyway, I looked at these and I thought, oh my gosh, this is just too wonderful, because these are paper beads. And it actually said that in the little, I should have kept the little wrapper. Most of the times I do. But, so, those.
She's moved a few times since then, too.
I have moved a few times since then. Absolutely. Oops, my stick fell over.
Oh, no.
So, I have these that I've made. And these were made prior to gel printing. So, all of these beads on here are either paper that I made just with paint, or they're from magazines. And I want to say something about, all right, so this one right here, that's permanent, you know, Sharpie. And it wasn't that color when I put it on there.
Here, hold it up into the technology so people...
But there's no problem with that, because I can come back in and change that. I just don't, you know, somebody said that they don't hold up.
Yeah.
And they don't.
It's
but
true.
I think I've got it repeated enough here that it looks pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I think it's very cool.
All right, so those are my paper beads, and I wanted to show you
Nancy.
this one, because this is what you can actually do to this. Okay, can you see that edge right there?
Oh, yes.
It has been soaked probably 3 or 4 times, dipped into the petrifier. Then I sanded that off, but look at you can see the layers of the paper.
Oh, now that's, okay, here, put it like kind of in your hand and then hold it up further into, I have the camera pretty high, by the way. There you go. That's really cool. I didn't know that about that one.
Well, I just discovered it today when I was looking at it. But I got these down
Aren't you the one that did it?
Show you that and explain to you that the reason I'm showing you that is because the information I got from doing the beads is what I applied to doing the stick.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there were some people who were concerned about the stick and filling in on the
craft
with the acrylic.
Yeah.
It's working great. It's not completely dry, but I have stuck this down into the petrifier. It's twice. I just remember each time, and you have to do this when you're
dip your stick and keep your hole open.
Ream your hole, dip your stick, and ream your hole. Anyhow, when you're doing the beads, what I would do, how I would do those.
Hi, Helen.
Is I had them on.
Helen's been making paper beads since the 80s.
There you go.
So is she. She's do the roll ones.
Actually, I saw them before that, early 70s, because we lived in, I was going to school in Greeley at the time, and there was a cool little antique shop outside of Greeley, and I don't know, it was just on the edges of town. but they had a screen made out of beads.
And they were all the paper beads, the rolled
And they
ones?
they were the twisted up, you know, the ones that, you know, you do with triangles. And she told me, she said she didn't know how old they were. She got them from an estate sale or something, but they were old. Like,
there you go.
old. And they were still looking pretty good. I mean, some of them were kind of faded and whatnot, but for the most part, yeah. So, what I'm doing is I'm dipping the stick into the petrifier, and I haven't worked on this end yet. I've just been working on this end, and then I just leave it like that. And it's soupy enough that it doesn't
and it sort of soaks in, and I think
it soaks in, and
right.
that's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for rotted wood. And it says on here that you should apply 2 or more coats, and the wood must be dry prior to applying. So,
and I think the original bottle that you had was something that they had probably, like, you had gotten from school or something like that. Remember, it was because you had a little tiny bottle, and you were like, this stuff is fantastic.
I can't remember who told me about it or where I got the first one, but here's what it says. It says, area to be treated must be dry and free of dirt. Remove loose paint and flaky wood. On vertical surfaces or painted surfaces, drill small 1/8 inch access holes and generously apply.
Hi, Susanna.
Pouring, spraying, or brushing.
Yeah.
Repeat until area is fully saturated. 2 or more coats give best results. Allow to cure overnight. After cured, fill holes and missing areas with seawoody paste epoxy. So,
there you go.
this is awesome stuff and it's used for many purposes.
Yes, Rhonda, you could do the palm husks with it. Remember she sent us palm husks?
Oh,
yes. We should do our palm husks. We still have ours. Actually, it's displayed on the fireplace. Like real adult people with decor. No longer just piled toys of, sadness.
I was very happy it has a prominent place on the fireplace.
It does.
Okay, so that's what's happening with the stick. The
stick update.
The stuff is curing out quite nicely. I did have a little kertuffle. It came out and I had to glue it back in. And I just used glitter glue. I told Mariah, I said, basically...
I told you needed to glue it.
Basically, paper is made from wood pulp. So I'm just going and, it works for that, so I think it should work for this too.
Yeah.
I liked it because it was runny and it went down into the cracks. By the time I get through with this stick you'll be able to pole vault with it. If you're a very small person. It'll be that strong. Okay, that was tips number 1. I don't know what.
Yeah, actually.
All right, now you will notice the use of the clothespins here. You can never have too many clothespins because they just work for all kinds of things. Because see, that just keeps it upright. I can make it more upright if I want to. And the configuration of clothespins will determine how vertical it is. Another use of the clothespins, you really, when you're soaking your brushes and they're flat brushes, you don't have to worry about it because they just stick down in there. Doesn't matter. But if you're trying to soak and get off the paint because you forgot to, if you suspend it with the clothespin, it's not touching the bottom.
So do you think I should add clothespins to the Amazon store?
I think you should.
As tools?
I don't imagine that anybody doesn't have them anyway, but
just in
absolutely. Case. And if you don't have a pokey tool, you need to get one of these too.
That's right, Colleen.
I don't know where you get
pokey
tools, but anyhow.
Hi, Rhonda.
All right.
Hey,
I always keep some clothespins handy here. Use them for all kinds of things.
Oh, I bet it would work well on cardboard, the petrified stuff.
I'm guessing so, because I'm telling you what, those beads that I coated with that stuff.
Now, keep in mind.
You can knock on them.
Right, but if it's like a piece of card, it would probably crackle after, because if you have it flat.
Oh, you're going to probably have a little warpage.
Yeah.
For sure.
Warpage.
Depending on, how much product you're applying. But I would say that's, would be a great use of. And the reason I know about this is because this poor little brush, I kind of had my water back in here underneath, and it missed the water thing, and it dried out with paint on it. But I just soaked it in Murphy's oil, and it's better than it was when it went in.
See, Margot says, learn something new every day. She needs clothespins.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know why anybody wouldn't have clothespins.
You know what? Next time you go to the grocery store, because you just go to the one laundry aisle.
Yeah, let me tell you what.
The wooden ones.
Not all clothespins are made
equally.
Very
true.
The plastic ones are caca-poo-poo.
We have some. We're all very mad at them.
We're very mad at them because they spring apart and
they're poop.
Pinch you and all kinds of things.
Hello, Alice. We just gave a stick update. You need to go back and watch the stick update.
This is what was left over, and there was one other little strip, and I don't know what happened to it. But
I thought you glued it onto something.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I think it's in a box back there.
You were auditioning that.
All right, now I'm showing you this like this because I went and I matched them up. And what you see, remember this is the one that Mariah worked on. Now I worked on it a bit more. I added this little thing down here to kind of help balance that because I thought it was a little, it was leaning.
Yeah, it was heavy.
Heavy on one end. And then I came in, I hit it with some more pink because I thought that was a nice contrast. It kind of got lost. It was in the dark spots there.
Your bracelets look fabulous with them.
They do, don't they?
They really do. You should hold that up into the technology as well. There you go.
And these have been coated with the Blick acrylic.
Blick acrylic. Yeah.
And it has the other little things added here, and I have to show you this.
There you go, Lynn.
Do you see this?
All right, are you going to start the parade of awesome products?
I am, but I'm going to turn this over first, and I'm going to show everybody because this started out as the one page, right?
Yes.
You can see how much it changed over, different applications. And I did this to the back of it. I've got to find another piece of cardboard.
Hey, Gerald. And hello to anybody that is coming in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already.
All right. Well, I was hoping to get it to just turn over and,
No.
That didn't happen.
You need one of those pizza flippers.
And I tried it with my gel plate, but it wouldn't stick to my gel plate.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Look at that.
That's the back.
So cute.
Isn't
That's
that cool?
Sophia's leaf stamp. Or
well, the reason I used it is because it went all the way across so that I could keep them. Mm-hmm. If they got separated, I can now put them all back together and I know where they go.
Hi, Paula.
All right.
Hey, if you want a stick update, you need to go to the start and then, watch it fast and all that.
Yeah, and most of this work was done off camera, but I'm just going to go through them really fast.
Leaf stem. Yes, leaf stem. Thank you, Mo. She put the link into for the leafy stem stamp. Oh, you're going to give us a little run through? Love it. Love it.
These were the ones that I did on the black tissue paper.
Uh-huh.
And these were also on the black tissue paper. Then I painted them, the ones up there. This is with that tulip stuff. And supposedly I'm getting some more little containers because my hand gets really tired doing that.
Yeah. Those big tubes are not,
This is another one of those, and there's just a tulip. And see that little stamp? I'm going to show you that. There's a funny little story, and I'm going to let Mariah tell it because she knows. It was really a joke.
Jokes lead to real things around here.
They do. And you've already seen that one. And I should say, on that one, let me show you this. Okay. So I didn't have enough contrast here. All I did is come in with, and I had to mix some white in with my yellow because my yellow was too transparent.
And I need to go through all of those and do the edges because they would not be proper PM Artist Studio.
Oh yeah, they need to be back, but I'm going
Backed
to
and edged.
I'm going to do the back a different color, and I'll show you that too. And also here I came in and added colored pencil there.
Yes, so they started out, actually the main sheet, this side of it was just the 32-pound hammer mill. Then the back side, remember we did those with the postcards. Why do I always look behind here like I have some, but I don't? They're in front of me.
All right, I'm handing those off to you.
See these postcards that we have? And if y'all place an order and you ask me for a few, I will send some to you, but you have to ask in the notes. Because we have 1,000,000 of these. Not 1,000,000, 1,000.
Yeah, there is that.
Or we had 1,000. We're now down to, you know,
Have you taken a picture?
900.
Have you taken? You haven't taken a picture of it since I finished them.
That is correct. And they're not finished, so.
Yeah.
But do you think I should, you know, would this be included in the book? That seems kind of like a shisty move to put 2 pages of the same if I, you know, laid them out. People are excited about the book, by the way. So I need to get,
I don't know.
like, knowing more about that.
Gosh, I can't tell you.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. All right, so we're moving right along here. Now, Mariah talked a little bit about this yesterday.
Candy, they should be in the shop now, I think.
Right?
Yeah, the blossoms, the cherry blossom stamps. Are they not on?
Yeah, okay.
That's good to know.
Well, this is a whole lot of leafy business here. But I want to talk about this. Whoever did this ad I want to know the person. I want to have a conversation with the person who lays all this stuff out. I think it's absolutely stunning. I mean, this is one of the best ads I've seen in ages. And you know it took them a while to collect all this stuff.
Heck yeah.
And get it together and get it in the right place. So you notice her skirt, triangular. I know her legs here make a triangle. And then if you come up at the top here, you've got a triangle here. That's an old school, like I'm talking about Renaissance way to compose a composition. And the lights next to the darks, I mean, this is really brilliant. Repetition of the stripes, but in different ways. You've got these juxtaposed from each other, this over here, and then this dark curtain. I don't know what that stuff is there, but that's great. They've got the dark stuff back here. Dark again repeated down here and on the sides. And a little bit of dark over here so that you have a huge triangle here. But this was my inspiration for what I want to happen to my newest pouch. And someone had mentioned putting a pocket on the back of the pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to go one better. I'm going to pouch a pouch. And
Pouch
then
on
it's going to
pouch.
have a poochy pouch in the middle between the 2 pouches. So,
Glad we're not doing a drinking
think up
game.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably not going to do that online on stream.
You know.
Because I think it would be absolutely too painful. Here is, this is absolutely what I want to do when I'm doing my leaves. Only do it with color. I went through my greens and I made a few more. So I've got anywhere from dark, almost black green to the very palest yellow green.
Mm-hmm.
I have the paint already mixed up. You're not going to have to watch the painful process of me mixing paint on my palette, and I'm just wondering how interesting that is anyhow. I've got these 2 little things, and I just keep... This is wonderful cardboard, because number one, it's already coated with something. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I do love them very much, and I'm going to put them underneath all of my hammer mill.
Are you saying that out loud so we know?
I'm saying that out loud on stream, so you know, somebody will
when
say.
you're like, hey guys, do you remember where I put the little things?
All right, we talked about this already. This is going in the book. It's done. I'm pretty much, I don't know that this is done, but I'm tired of it, so I'm going to give that to Mariah.
Well, I already photographed one of these. And I think I did both of these.
You probably did.
Yeah.
We're going to keep these out today because I'm going to do some stamping on these, hopefully.
You got a lot to do today, because
I do have a lot to do today.
And here.
And I may not get to these, but I just want to tell you what I'm intending to do with these in case we don't make it. I'm keeping all of these together right now because I think that they would work really, really well with the cherry blossoms. But also, I don't know, I feel like this is more daisy. What happened? Do I have daisy? Do I have the daisy stamp?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I couldn't find it. I could find the clump of them, but I couldn't find the individual daisy.
Well, then you've separated it from the herd. I don't know why you did that, but
I'm thinking this is going to be lovely with something pink on it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, this.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Liz I think that this would be lovely, lovely, lovely with. Mariah, could you hand me that? We've already talked about it.
Yeah, well, I showed them. I really did have all intentions to. I really wanted to kind of do some dabbing and whatnot with those, but it just turned out to be a stampy kind of day, and then we got into the ATCs. And
all right, now see, look at this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yes.
I just thought of it immediately when you held these up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Hi, Joanne.
That's Friends.
Friends.
Now, we'll talk more about, you know, color and how we can do the color and make it interesting.
I mean, Paula and Yonka have been showing how to use this here stencil for like over a month. So, if you're part of Makers, you know that.
Well, I don't know what they did, so I won't be I won't be influenced by that. Okay, now here's the big one, which works really well with
hey, Jim.
Because I really, you know, haven't done much on this, so I don't mind.
Ooh, love that.
But now see, here we go. We've got this much here.
Mm-hmm. That's why you need the 8x10.
I need to use the 8x10.
Okay, why are you like right at the edge of your desk? Why you need? Thank you. Awesome.
All you have to do is just say, "Could you please move your?"
Could you please?
You don't have to ask me why.
I know, it's terrible. I used to work for a dude that did that, and it really is very condescending. Maybe that's where I learned it.
Well, you need to unlearn it.
I do. It's rude.
It really irks me to no end. I think that's kind of a waste of what we've got going on.
Rhonda.
I'm just auditioning these.
Yeah, y'all need.
And then Mariah says I can't use these unless it's just for.
She doesn't look at her notifications.
What?
Paula said that we have indeed, and she's gonna post them again.
Oh, post her.
Yeah, her stuff.
Wow, you just go right ahead and do that.
Actually, you know what you need to do is just send her private. She sends me private messages and tells me that I need to show you, and sometimes I do, but I think they should just start. You know.
Okay, now I want to talk about these, and I want to get to these today because this is what I'm going to stamp the peonies on.
Well, why don't you just get after it?
Just do it?
Because, yeah, you're just eating up time chit-chatting about it, and I think if you want to do it, do it.
I know, and I'm always getting really angry with people that talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm not finished with this one yet. It's still.
We're both doing things that we're not supposed to be doing in life.
Okay, we don't need these because we've already done all that. I'll probably lose that and I won't be able to find it. I really did want to I really want to, but I can do that on my own time. Okay. Get my board across here.
That's one way to look at it, Susan, for sure.
And I don't know what happened to my one stencil. my jungle theme stencil. I lost it.
Well, right. I think it's in that stack of stuff. Because remember, you handed it over to me. And so I put it with the other one. So it should be there in the stack of stencils.
In this
stack. Yeah, and yeah. And that's why we can find it right now.
I like this edge there.
That's a Darcy one. If you weren't here yesterday, I showed these.
And see, this is one of the things that you can do with this. See how it already has decided, you know, it has its lining up things from the Brayer.
Eddie needed these for his envelope book. He needed this kind of size. Like, he was utilizing a lot of our stuff too, which was awesome. But it's a great little, you know, finishing thing, you know.
It really is. And I mean, it's just, if you go in with like low contrast here, you're just making a textured background on which to work on top of then.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to keep that out too then. I don't want to use this one right now. Although, you know, if I were using the big stencil, I mean the big plate, I would.
Yeah.
No doubts about it. Okay. So, have we determined that this particular leaf here is going to be made into a stamp?
I don't know. I mean,
You know, I know we have a wonderful, what do I want to say, parade of stamps, leaf stamps, but this one's kind of different.
She wants them all.
It's interesting.
She would like them all.
I would like them all. And I do want to talk about my leaves, but I don't know that I'll get there today. I absolutely adore this. Oops, don't want to lose that. So I've got this, and I've got this. All right, here's what we're going to do. These are definitely my pouch material right here, these stencils. These are my pouch. I'm going to take already the papers that I've made, and I'm going to superimpose this on top of that, but not today. Oh, I love this. This is going to go well with our other, what do you call that thing? The fabric looking thing.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday too.
Yeah.
Gauze
okay.
and loose vintage woven.
Yes. I'm not going to do anything with that, but boy, do I not want to forget about that. That's my problem, is I get these. Okay, so where is this going to come in really, really handy? Well, it's going to come in really handy if you want to do something like this. Did you talk about this yesterday?
Yes. That is Macro Paisley by Eddie. This is Aloha by Rhonda.
You do this. Then you put this on top of this.
Yeah, you do.
And you've got some awesome stuff going on.
You should show us how that's done.
I will, but not today.
That's for another day.
That's for another day. Oh, and we have
Sherry.
a little one.
Yeah.
All right. Now, that's going to happen, and I also may bring in that other one. I'm keeping those in that pile over here because those all go together. All right, let's get on it and do some of this stuff. This is going to be prep work that we're doing here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, and I got to think about how to do this. The most logical way. I don't know if there is a most logical.
No.
I love this, and I think that fits the whole Asian theme of things. But I also think that these other, this also, and definitely this and this. Now we're just going to have to explore it and see what we can do with it. Oh, that's a grody. And I have it reasonably clean. It's got a little bit of stuff on it, but I don't think it's going to interfere with our...
Hello, Sarah. Ooh, fun. From the Pottery Studio.
Okay. I want to just pick up one of these at a time. And the reason I have my big plate out here is because the other one doesn't go from top to bottom, and I will have something on the edge that doesn't show up.
Right.
You know what I mean, Jean?
Hey, Heather.
And I
Hi,
think what
Ann.
I'm going to do is just do them one at a time. Put my paper down.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up the stencil. Put my paper down, and then pull up the one that I want.
Okay.
Okay.
Game plan.
Right, we're going to do this one.
Really quickly, or you're gonna get to stamps here and stuff in a minute, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to.
We got lots of new stuff.
Yeah, but I want to get this down because this is what's going to be behind.
It needs to dry. Okay, move along.
Behind
I
them.
understand.
Okay.
Understood.
All right. So I don't want a whole lot of contrast here. I want low contrast, and so I want very similar. This is very hard to do, by the way. I think that might not be quite enough. And I've already got some browns going on here. I'm just thinking that this might be it. And if it's not, well, we'll just muddle through and do something else. Okay,
Be
so
prepared.
I only want this on this. Looks awfully dark, doesn't it?
Well, it does, and it's a lot of paint, but you know, I don't know about that low contrast. But if it's transparent enough, it may be. Rhonda, we get them from the hardware store. In particular, Lowe's. I don't know if you have a Lowe's where you're at. The reason we like the Lowe's is that if you go to the window department, they will cut down. You can get the larger sheet. So if you have multiple plates, that's why that's very like a good place, because you can have multiple ones cut from one bigger sheet. Now, lots of other people have ordered them online. Some people even have acrylic, like window type dealers near them. So there's kind of a lot of places to get them. If you are using or looking for plastic plates, acrylic plates for your smaller gel plates, like your 5x7s, you can just get like
Sorry, I'm wrestling a lot of things here.
you can get a cheapy frame at, like, you know, the dollar store or whatever that has like some of the plexiglass type glass. It's a little crooked, but I'm just not gonna.
Now, I didn't even think about I was going to do this until I saw that stencil. This was not planned for today.
Well done. That was a tricky maneuver there.
It was a tricky maneuver, and I'm sticking to things that I don't want to stick to.
It's a mighty big stamp that you're using there.
It is, isn't it? And my water is interrupting my...
She's like a you know, juggler.
All right, well, we're going to just try to do this.
Hi, Jeanette. Oh, yes, you must come back and watch the beginning. P talked all about her stick. Lots of stick talk.
Now, just look at that. I mean, isn't that just cool?
Very cool. And Jennifer McGinnon says, very impressive, P. Size matters.
Isn't that the truth?
Not everybody can stamp with a big old stamp like that.
And flip and flop without, you know, like ruining something.
Yes.
Okay, what did I...
Hi, Tammy.
All right, now that's still got a little bit of stuff on it. Don't know if we can flip that over and get that to come off. That would be really brilliant.
Careful. Hey, Dawn. Oh, that's
Look
cool.
at that. I wonder if that was open paint.
I'm feeling like it was with the amount of time that you've had to, you know, maneuver. I was trying to tell Dee Dee Willingham about this whole timing of paint, and that for what she was doing, something open would have given her more of the results she was looking for. But I don't think, you know, it's really hard when in chat you're trying to kind of convey these types of this type of information, and you know, she's doing the thing. And I don't want to be too, you know, like, hey. So I mentioned it, and then I moved along.
What did you mention?
About the dry time and the different paints and open, and I said, you know, she would get the results. And that, like, if she really does want that ombre look, the key is to, you know, get your paints down. They need to be alike paints. So even, you know, brand or whatever, but that isn't even always true, because you can have something like the Liquid Tex, what are these? The soft body acrylics. They dry very quickly. Or especially the blues. Blues more so than anything else. But so it's like, this is why it's such a good idea to get to know your exact paints and even the colors. Yeah, it's so hard to direct from chat. Devin tries too.
Now look at that.
Ooh.
I mean,
love it.
A lot of mileage out of that one application of transparent brown iron oxide
Open.
heavy body open.
Yes.
I have a love-hate relationship with it, because sometimes I just want it to, gosh.
But I love your little blocker. I mean, it's like, thank you for that.
It really is working, isn't it?
It's working. Because otherwise the camera would have been taken out by that ramming. Hey, Charmaine.
Okay, and I apologize that, you know, I didn't have this all cleaned off, but it really helps to have this board, because I'm trying to keep, and I know it's not pristine, but it looks better than it usually does, my paper, and I already have like 4 different layers here, and it's getting kind of, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and
it's poofy.
Rip it all off, and
it's a good stamping surface.
Yes. All right. So we know that worked brilliantly. Now, here is the thing. This, see that? It's still wet.
That's because it's open.
That's because it's open. So, basically what I'm going to do here is just give it a scrub. And I could do this on a piece of paper, and I would have some more
to play with.
But
we gotta move along.
We're moving along, and we're using other parts of this stencil. And I don't want that sticky stuff to be interrupting the rest of my...
Hey, update on Isabella Rushing. That's our baby. I know that y'all love these Izzy updates, but she's been kicking butt on her little, you know, because the state of Texas loves to test people. She has overperformed on her test the last 2 days. We're very proud. I hate that she gets tested, but the fact that she's doing well makes me a proud mama. Especially since we've been struggling.
Okay. Had the wrong side down. I'm sorry.
I know y'all wanted that. Sometimes these techniques do require a bit of baby wiping. And now you're going to get fuzzy stuff on your plate.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
I like that color. And I think, yeah, okay, I've got that enough there. I don't know if I should flip it and do it the other way.
Oh, thanks, Lexi. That's the kind of thing that we're worried about.
I'll be able to line it up better is the reason I'm
clever.
doing this.
Yes, Charmaine. They should be there right now, but they are not. They will be.
What is it?
The cherry blossom stamps. It just was overlooked with the whole parade of things that we have been adding in. We had them photographed and everything.
I was sure that they were.
I know, I was too.
All right.
And so was Brad.
Now, before I get ready to do this and put any paint down at all, I need to determine which one of these I want to use.
I don't know if it...
Okay, those are wonderful. I don't think those need anything.
But we are excited.
I don't think that needs anything. I almost think that's done.
Oh, no, yesterday, because she got a purple, too. And then he took her to the snow cone place.
Except I may come in and do a little bit of cherry blossom on that. So I'm not going to completely.
Are you going to, like, stamp cherry blossom in gold? Or what?
Well, you know, I think I could.
That would make my heart sing.
Would that make your heart sing?
It would.
Well, I don't know. We shall see.
Now, are you going to print on that awesome paper that I created for you yesterday?
No, not today.
Well, would you show people just
the
as
forest.
a teaser of what I did? Because there's newer people here today.
Well, do I have to do it right now?
No, not right now. But,
well, can you remind me?
I'll do my very best.
Because what happens is I just get into it and I yeah, okay.
Y'all have to remind me.
I've got two here that are very good candidates for this.
Woo! One of them's got some.
Very good candidates for this one, but also, I really like this one, but I like this one too.
Hi, Darcy. She's here.
It's just that this one doesn't take up as much real estate.
There she is. Okay.
Okay. So, let's look at our colors here. What are we thinking?
I think so, Julie.
I know it's not. Oh, and I want you to know, Mariah, I went through and I put all these on their side.
You need to move this. I see what's happening here. I had to.
Oh, is it hitting on the back side there?
Yeah, because your little your things are hanging over a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know that they are. I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah.
And I do have my, and actually what it is it's kind of a Venetian red.
So here, this is hilarious. So, well, she mixed it with some white, and it does make that beautiful pink color that you see, I think. Isn't that what happened there? That pink that the blossoms are in?
Actually, I mixed pink
with what?
White with this, and that's what color.
Yes, I was telling them that. And then Izzy says, because she's so proud of herself, she's like, look at this beautiful pink. You don't ever see this pink. And then Izzy says, she pulls out like a Prismacolor and something else, and she goes, I see that pink all the time.
That's basically, that's the color of her chair. It's kind of a dirty pink. I love it.
It is.
But it's made with Golden Open. I don't know what color that is. Anyway, I put it in here and mixed it because I wanted to make sure that it was transparent, and I didn't want to have to mix it on the camera. All right, I'm thinking here, I want to come in with this and just do white.
Yes. I think that's a very good, because it'll balance out the white that's already there.
I think it will balance out the white, and then it's going to be lovely for me to come over and do, the flowers on top of it. And it's going to take out some of my, this is Amsterdam acrylic titanium white.
Didn't want to use your big old tub, and then we could all sing about your big old tub.
And I put the thing on the lid so I can store them here on their toilet paper wrapping. Now, this is not open, and I should have used open. Why didn't I use open? Oh well, we may not get as much mileage out of this as we did the other one.
Well, your tub of white.
I should have used my tub of white, and this white went slightly
yeah, beyond.
buff.
It did. It was mixed with the brown.
That brown that was still there.
It's beigey. It's.
And I could whip that down, but I'm not going to because I don't like the fact that it's
yeah. All right, here she goes. Look at this juggling.
there's always something in the freaking way.
I'm just gonna stand back for a moment.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Give it a bit of a push. Because remember, we're going paint to paint. That's always kind of a... Look at that. Now we've got a little leftover, a little weird leftover stuff going on here. So let's see if I can pick that up with this, and even if it doesn't all come off of there, and it looks kind of spotty, I think it's still going to be okay. Yes, look at that.
Look, oh, that's lovely. I'm glad that it is spotty, because it kind of, it's more.
I think that worked out quite nicely.
Yes.
And we've got all of the paint, except for a little bit down here at the bottom.
Carolina. I don't like that sound.
Turn this around because this is, that's still sticky, that brown.
It's giving. It's giving.
Okay.
Must be prepared for all the giving.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Hey, Jan. Careful, you're becoming a regular.
is she a gel plater?
I think so. She was asking a lot of good questions, I think, the last time. And got some info. And
All right, hopefully I'm getting off this deadgum brown.
we'll know here in a minute.
Still another little swatch of this.
Swatch.
I'm gonna. Okay.
She's a gel player. I love it. I wish she'd make a shirt out of that.
So what I really want to do here
No, I like the gel player. I'm a gel player.
is if I can't move that. I've just got to do one at a time.
One at a time.
I don't think there's any way, unless, you know, and I'm not going to do that. All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, this is a good, see how I did this?
Here's an option. I know what you're probably trying to say or gonna say. You could cut the stencil up and then add your, washi borders.
Well, I could, but I don't want to do that.
It's a lot of work.
Now. And one of the reasons I really like having it all together, it's a lot easier to find one piece.
I know that's right. It's a heck of a lot easier for the people that pack orders to keep it all together and not have to cut it up as well. Mucho appreciated.
Yuppers. Alrighty.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you, Jen. She said she's been watching. She's a long-time listener, first-time caller.
All right, we're going to do this. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to find some of my green that I mixed up, and I'm pretty sure that this has retardant in it.
Because didn't you kind of make everything open that you put in the jars?
I think so. And this was one
That's
of
what
those,
you told me.
Well, I tell you lots of things.
That's true. That's what she told me about the one that she was mixing at the moment.
Like, you used to tell me a lot of things.
I did.
That wasn't
Sometimes I still do.
necessarily so. All right, we're going to do a little bit of
tell you things to keep you happy.
Yeah. Well, oh, that's what happens. That's what parents do later on.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be a little bit heavy as far as just...
Yes, exactly. Oh.
I don't know why I'm avoiding that down there. It was, I guess it's because my thing isn't on the... Mariah usually reminds me to get my... Alright.
Yes. That's why Pete likes it, Sherry.
What?
She says she's an aspiring, Sherry says that she's an aspiring gel plater. The more she learns, the less she knows.
Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? I just think I've got something figured out and I'm so proud of myself. And then, you know, I use
She tries to do it again.
rice paper and I want to stab myself in the... Alright, I'm going to try to pick this up on this side here where it has a lot of red.
Yeah, yeah.
There just isn't any way to do this without...
Yeah. There you go. Well done. And I think you got it pretty well lined up there.
Now, it's smushing out a little bit because I had a lot there. You know, it wasn't brayered on, it was scraped on.
Yeah. Paint to paint. This one will be better. Maybe. We haven't photoed this one yet because it's not, you know, ready for the book. And I know some of y'all were asking about the book. Okay, so, all I know at this moment in time is that we are prepping to do one of these Amazon printed books because Dee Dee told us about it and we think it's a darn good idea. So these kind of crazy prints are part of that because we think it might be fun, and then we can say that we've had something published.
All right, I'm not going to push my luck on this because the things happen pretty much as I wanted them to.
Yeah.
Which is freaking amazing.
Yes.
And we're going to just go ahead and clean this up. And I notice there's some more white there, but that's the nice thing about that. It dries, the non-opaque white dries very quickly. And you don't have to worry about it contaminating your next.
Becky asked, would we have older prints in the book too? We could.
I've got
God knows.
tons of them. We probably, what we will do when we get ready to do that is to just sit down and go through a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because that would be a lovely opportunity to utilize those prints. Are just sitting over here in a box, you know, doing nothing.
Yeah, Brad said, he's like, why haven't you put more prints in the shop? And I'm like, number one, it takes quite a bit of time. I have to get, like, if we list them in the shop, I like to just have them already matted. Sorry.
Yeah,
Good God.
Don't forget to do both sides of your
because it squishes.
stencil, because it squeezes through there.
There's holes.
Yeah, got a lot of irons in the fire here.
Well, Paul, supposedly it's a print on demand kind of thing.
A what?
It's a print on demand. So, like, it would be shipped to you, but I would assume that if we list it in other countries, you would be able to buy the book in your country. Again, I know nothing about it other than we are prepping for said book. And our designers have all given us, I think everybody has said yes. Certainly everybody that we have used their designs has allowed us to put them in the book, which was very sweet and very heartwarming to me for many reasons. Is it audible? No. No. Although that would be pretty funny if we could, like, you know, go through and talk through all the prints like we do and be like, all right, y'all, would be a proper PM thing unless we talked about it for about 20 minutes. I ain't wrong.
Well, there's all kinds of ways to be a you know what.
I mean, I'm part of the you know what, so.
Alrighty, I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to get into it because I think we have some here that are ready. I'm holding off on this because I don't even know that this is going to have flowers on it because it has the circle. I think it's lending itself more to a more abstract
yes, I think so.
feel.
And we've got some I was telling Brad how cool like the little tester stamps are because they're kind of industrial in a way. Because it was something that was very functional. Like, the reason that they were made was to test out the laser. So.
Yes.
And I find that all very interesting. I like the idea of that.
Okay, and I'm thinking this. I don't know that I think it just needs some, it needs white over in some of this area. And I think that we can do that with the peonies. And I do have open white. I need to get that out. I'm going to have to get that out. And Mariah, I don't
right,
know
Dolly.
right now. I'm not going to do gold today, probably.
Okay. Heart sad.
But I think this would be, you know, some more of the, this red with the peonies, or maybe even come in with some of my opaque yellow.
Oh, well, that's cool, Eileen.
Yeah, I think we've got lots of
And hello.
options here. Definitely want to do some, even maybe a tiny bit of purple in with this, because
Yes.
we've got this down here, and do some peonies here.
Did I photograph that one?
I think so. I gave these all to you.
Uh,
I don't know that you
I don't think all of those were given to me. I photographed 3. You did not give me the full stack because you said most of them needed more work.
Huh.
Yes. Huh.
I don't know. Okay, so this is why. This is how I do this. I put the ones that are going to be the same color sort of together.
Same.
And, of course, I might change my mind also.
Jan
But
says yes to the purple.
yes to the purple. And actually, look at how cool this looks.
Yeah, we discussed that reminds me of Grandma Francis's old bathroom.
I
And then
like this one, but I don't know what it needs right now, so I'm not going to do anything.
I don't think it needs anything.
This needs purple. Okay, these all need...
Hey, and I put the prints in the scanner, and for whatever reason, now here's something to just think about. It could be a possibility. I could just be making things up. I don't know. But I don't remember the scanner working all that great, but it did, and it even picked up kind of the more metallic look of one of those prints.
Really?
It did. So I'm pretty happy with
Why
that.
is that?
No idea. I would say it comes down to software.
Oh, because you've upgraded from
Well,
the first time you did it.
yeah, from before. I mean, that's my assumption. It's not always about the hardware. A lot of times it's the software.
It's kind of best to get.
And I
these-
wish Adobe Acrobat would stop messing with things, and I have some suggestions for them. Because there's a couple of things that are very irritating that they have done. Contact me, Adobe. I got
Okay.
ideas.
So, red,
Mm-hmm. Are you going to stamp?
Red. I'm going to. You just...
Okay.
Red. And I don't know.
Not red. Put that with your purple pile.
This may be the purple. I'll put that with purple.
It's a brilliant
Okay,
idea.
so we've got 3 reds here. Let's just get after it. All right, I've got my thing
never
down
know
here.
these
I've got
things.
paper towels ready to go. I've got my scrapers ready to go.
You got an hour.
I think we can do it.
54 minutes to be exact.
And we've got gel plates to use for...
Oh, the paints. The little size jars. I don't... And do I have those in the shop?
You used to.
I used to. And then we found out, Mo alerted me to the fact that yesterday when we were doing the watercolor business, I had, and she agreed with me that it was there. But you know, Amazon, or the people, the brands, well, they changed listings. And that'll be taken down. And so it's not like they'd alert you or anything.
All right, before we get to flowers, I want to just do this real quick. Because these leaves, and this is so, Brad he's so patient and wonderful sometimes. Sometimes I know I irritate the dog due out of him. But can you see all those different sizes of leaves there?
There are now smaller ones. And then there's an even. And then, where is that little booger boo? We have started a new category called Itty-Bitties. Because they be itty-bitty.
Look at this little jobber here.
So, I was telling Brad about, like, all right, she wants smaller, and a lot of people said that they want the smaller of the leaf, the Swiss leaf stamp. And so, we were going to be real smart Alex.
Here it is.
And gave her a really tiny one, and of course she loved it. She's like, do I get this one too? And we're like, this is ridiculous. But yes. So, see the little, not the tiny one. That was ridiculous.
But this is this one, and this one is available.
Yes.
Isn't
and then we
that
made the snail
wonderful?
And the ladybug.
And then we have the snail. Okay, here's the snail.
Yes, itty bitty.
And a ladybug.
They're a little stylized, but they're cute.
I think they're absolutely wonderful. And
exactly, Rhonda. Exactly.
This was the tester thing that Brad did, and you saw a lot of that on those ATCs that I had.
Those are also available now.
And I just told him, I said, you know, I think this is a wonderful size, scale-wise, to just fill in the little spots hither and yon. But anyway, I've got all those little jobbers in here in my and I'm going to put that little leaf back in there.
Yeah, we can do that small. On the old machine, no. We were talking about that today. None of this would be possible.
Okay, now this, and I did some of this on, oh, and I have to talk about this. This is
big announcements, y'all. We now have the Maker's Mantra as a stamp.
On a stamp.
I don't know if
and
y'all
I
knew
just
that we
went
had a Maker's
crazy
Mantra.
with that today.
And it's in P's handwriting.
It's in my handwriting. Oh, here's all the little stampy jobbers. Look at this little booger down here.
And Becky's, so that QR code is actually to PM Artist Studio, which is so sweet. And then these are Becky Bokern's, the barcode and the QR code. So if you want a barcode and a QR code, that is as big as, or as small as we could make those, because the lines and things get all kinds of wonky.
Well, anyway, I use those a lot. And I'm going to put these over with my other leaves because I don't want to get them all mussed about. And I'm going to put all of these little guys into this package here. Because the problem with the little ones is they fall down in between the big ones. And I can't find them. So I just keep them all the little bitty ones. And I need to take that one leaf out of there. And put it with this partner over yonder here. Because I have my stamps, my, what do I want to say? My stamps that I use a lot back here.
Yeah.
And these just crack me up to no end. And yeah, I'm not going to stamp with that today, but you know what that'll do. Okay. So, all this. Get rid. Oh dear, I need to put that in the. Do that later. I've got some cleaning up to do today. All right, Mariah handed me this, and it was Daisy's, and I told her, I said, I don't know that you gave me that stamp, and she said, yes, I did. I don't know where it is. I wanted to stamp it darker, but I didn't know where it was. So I just went over the top and just did some more stuff on top of what she already did, and this is going to become a new sort of masterboard for ATCs. Same thing with this. And I don't know why this one down here got cut out, but that's okay. That'll be all right. And then this is just another one that I started with the...
Oh, what is it? Oh, they want to know about the maker's mantra. What it says. Here, give me the little sheet. I mean, I don't know it by heart. Sorry. I should. The makers community is a vibrant and interconnected circle that unites us all. Within this circle, each of us plays a vital role as the creators of mixed media art and artists. How about that?
I know.
Gives me
Isn't that
goosebumps.
cool? And here's what's, you know, interconnection unites this circle, vital. Those are the words that show up here in the center of the, and I just thought that was
See,
totally,
there's the daisy stamp, the big one right there, where by your thumb. No,
yeah,
that one.
I know, but I don't know that I received it.
The fact that you're holding a piece of paper that I did not stamp says otherwise.
Yeah, you stamped this. You
I
gave
did
it
not.
to me. You gave me these.
Well,
You didn't give me this one, but
I'm sure that you have it.
I just don't know where it is right now. But anyhow, and these are some of, I should tell you about these. These are Izzy's. She made these.
Oh, yes, from the kneaded erasers, which should be here along with your fine liner thingies.
Yeah.
I think today, hopefully.
Okay, so I've got all that stuff. I'm going to shove that under there, and I'll probably
Oh,
wonder where.
thanks, Jan.
Okay.
Yes, and hello to all of y'all that are coming in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you're here. We like to know that you're here.
Now, we've got options here.
Options.
I don't need the rabbit or the bee right now.
I really want to go over there and look for the daisy, but...
But, oh, here's that other strip, Mariah.
This is how things happen.
I hope Susan is watching.
That's Susan Gantz. She kept that.
Okay.
I didn't
So,
throw it away because I didn't want to get yelled at.
I just, you know, I'm interviewing all of these here, and I'm going to see which one I really think, and I would really like these.
That's right, a mantra on the front and a QR code on the back.
And a smaller version also, like this small.
Good God, lady.
Well, it would just work a lot better with what I'm doing if I had the different sizes. And I don't, you know, I think it's good that some of them aren't, and that I have this size.
They are all different. No, they're all different.
Yes.
These are the 5 different ones from the masks. So if you have the masks, you can then have the stamps.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave them, and I do, and I love this. I love that this elongated petal coming out to the side. I'm really feeling that, and I'm feeling like this one, and I would like a smaller one, and I think it would work very well with my 3 sizes of chrysanthemums. Actually, I just have 2. I just used 2. I didn't use the big one. No, I did use the big one. No, this is medium-sized. Medium-sized and small. Okay, so we've got them out here.
Ooh, okay, Cynthia. I love that idea.
What is it?
She would like the mantra on a shirt. We can do that. I like that idea.
Yeah. Okay, this has a bit of retarder mixed in it. Move this over ever so slightly so I can accommodate all of my various and sundry parts that we have to do here. I'm telling you, this requires a lot of
yeah, this ain't just gel plate
this
printing.
no. And the other thing that I need is I need to have
Jan, this is why we have a wish list, and don't think that like we have only, I think, ever retired maybe 1 or 2 stencils. Most things just stay there because we cut to order, so we don't have to inventory, which is cool because it's always there. Yeah, it's on it. Mo already, she was on it.
this is from my pasta.
And yes, now the cherry blossom stamps are available. Mo put the link there in the chat. And apologies for that, because both Brad and I thought that it was done.
Alright, so I've got these little things and I'm just going to have to put them over here. But this is where I'm going to clean off my stamp, you know, temporarily.
The retarder is, basically it creates, it turns...
It makes your paint open. Now, I'm not going to brayer that off because I can use it.
I think we did retire String Thing Cousin because it also didn't really fit. Because one of the other things that we did retire were some certain sizes, and then we adjusted and made them into different ones because in our newer system, it was a lot easier and more efficient for us to keep to certain styles and sizes. Okay, Paula, I will make a mantra t-shirt. I'm on it. We say that all the time, Jan. That is a common gel printing thing.
What is that?
That the Brayer Offs are sometimes the best thing from a printing session.
Yeah, that's what this is that I'm working from right now. I'm just trying to get them to go a few, you know, in a little bit different way. I don't want them to be static and you will notice that this little thing that I'm brayering on right now, I probably won't go ahead and do another. I will put paper down on this.
Yeah.
And
so I think that you probably said this, but it's worth repeating. When stamping, especially like with the foam stamps, give yourself the luxury of time by either using open paints or adding the retarder to your paint. Because otherwise, that very thin layer that is on the gel plate there dries like that.
yeah.
And then it's just, and then it starts to dry on your stamps as well. You want to make sure that you create a little area that will keep those wet while you are working, or, you know, in between uses, before you can then get them to an area where you can really, you know, wipe them off. And a
lot of times what I will do is I will come in and I will go ahead and on my brayer off over here, clean off my stamp somewhat.
Yeah. Because then you have less paint that's getting, you know...
Yeah, smushing about. Now I'm going to go ahead and allow that to dry and then pull it.
Hi, Carla.
I could put something down on top of it right now and pull it just as is.
But you should do that.
But I think you get more mileage out of it if you allow it to dry, because then I can come in with like gold.
Yes, I think that was one of Dee Dee's other things, which I understand. You know, she doesn't have 20 plates. I don't know if that's how many you have, but it's how many I feel like you have. So being able to switch them around and still continue to work, especially like on stream, is a luxury kind of thing. It's not something that you have to have in your studio because, you know, if you can kind of work on other things. We try to keep it moving, keep, you know, it on theme to gel printing or whatever. So that's one reason or justification for the number of plates that are utilized at PMR Studio.
I'm just going ahead and cleaning this off fairly, you know, just because I can, and I don't know that I'm going to use this one again for the yellow, but I would like it to be cleaned off fairly well when if I bring in the yellow. Okay, we're still on red here. And I do have a lot of these that I have conditioned them so that they're very, I want to say, they're sticky. They're going to hold your paint where it needs to be.
Okay, quick question.
Yes.
So, well, number one thing, and I do think that this is definitely, I don't know for sure, but I think Deb's kind of the same mind, that she believes that most retarders do not have the acrylic binder in them, and your mixture should be subject to the general rules of thinning down to preserve your acrylic paint's integrity.
Good
Yes.
point. You should never use what I think is a third ratio.
Yeah, and you don't, if you want to know all that and you're really into that kind of information, go to Golden's website, because they tell you all of that.
They tell you all that.
And they have more options. So this kind of leads into the, is the Floetrol a retarder or just a thinner? It is a thinner. I believe that in the fact that it makes it more fluid, it is going to stay wetter longer, but it's not going to give you, like, so one of the reasons you want to add the retarder to your more heavy body type paints is you like those paints are going to stay in place. The Floetrol is there to make it more fluid.
Yes.
So depending on what you wanted to use it for.
Make it more of a fluid acrylic.
Right.
Rather than a heavy body.
Yeah. Steven, I don't know, what do you mean? Like the prints that we currently have, like the printables, you'd want that like as a book version? That's probably not a terrible idea. I think I'm good with that. I gotta think about that for a minute. Let's see why not. Yeah.
Not a good idea.
What?
But
oh yeah, that you shook it?
No, that I went over it because
Yeah.
it wasn't. A lot of times when you first go in with your stamp, it's not gathering up the paint properly.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I was like, did I read that right? Hi, cat.
Now see how cool this is looking?
Very cool.
I just think that, you know, this is just something that I happened onto.
What are you talking about? What did you happen on to?
Using the Brayer lines as a guide for your stamping and to create a pattern.
Oh, look at you. She just stumbled upon that.
I just stumbled upon this.
Her brain said, I like that.
My brain said I like that. Now, I do have a bit of a blobby flower over here and a bit of a blobby thing here, but I'm going to deal with that at a different time.
That requires something else.
That requires something else. Okay. Now, when I'm putting this down and I'm giving it a bit of a wiggle, I'm picking up more paint.
Oh, no worries, Paula. Get some rest.
Plus, I'm creating a really interesting
Yes, little plate.
plate over here to be pulling stuff off of.
Yeah, this is almost like a kind of a stamping version of the shadow technique.
It does, and as you go along, and my paint is dry. I didn't use a lot of retarder in these because I didn't want. I wanted to be able to put my dadgum prints on top of each other without them all sticking together.
Oh, thank you, Deb. And thank you, Mo. Mo has been posting the Cherry Blossom stamp link. And then Deb, she found the Queen P's favorite retarder is listed on the PM Artist Studio Amazon list under gel print getting started. We have that.
Wiggle, wiggle.
It's taken us a long time to build up this content and whatnot. I'm glad that we can utilize it at this point. It used to be, oh man, we need to do a video on that, and then we need to make this list, and then I gotta put this thing together, and do this, and do that. Now I can say, hey! And I figured out the Amazon store. It really wasn't that hard. I was making it hard. I learned that from her.
This is why I'm a little more purposeful now when I do my Brayer Offs over here.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to just go ahead.
She brayers with intent.
I brayer with intent.
Oh, I am too, Cynthia. I know, it's fun to be in the live stream because, you know, you get to be in the action. But we very much appreciate anyone that we understand that doesn't always align with people's schedules, and then we have the ability to, you know, watch and replay. And do let us know if you're watching.
I don't know that I like this little waffly business in the bottom.
I thought it was a bit much, but
I think it is a bit much. I think if it were very small and...
maybe you could put like a different little grate down there that would go across the larger one.
I think so.
She was sure
because
that was going to...
I think that this smooth bottom one is much better at getting the paint out of the crevasses.
Oh, yes, definitely. But the small one's small and only accommodates two small stamps.
I'll just put some more water in it.
I'm glad that we could give you a reason to break for that.
These are tips and tricks.
Yeah. Y'all know we love some tips and tricks.
So I'm just going ahead and, you know, I have not had any problem at all getting my stamps to clean up. And I just use my nail brush or a soft toothbrush. Okay, we'll put that over there. I'm going to turn it upside down so that you can kind of see.
That's good, Barbara.
This wonderful pattern that you've got going on here with
yes.
the...
Hi, Naomi.
But that has to dry. Okay. Now what? Okay, let's do a little bit of, let's bring this back.
Yes, it is the U.S. Art Supply. Because, I mean, it's the most reasonable. Not to say that, you know, like Golden has a, you know, slow dryer. They have all kinds of things. But they're a little pricier.
And I don't, and I've never even used them. Just because I've been always very satisfied with...
it's kind of one of those things that you got to be careful. You don't want to necessarily, you know, go off and use the expensive thing. Because it might change your mind. If you're doing all right with the less expensive thing.
Yeah.
Don't convince
if
yourself
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right. Don't convince yourself otherwise.
Okay, got another wonderful brayer off to start on. Now, do I want to use the big plate? Okay.
Oh no. Oh, I'm excited you're using this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, but Paula left. That's okay. She'll catch us at breakfast. It's 11 o'clock at night there. She's tired.
Alrighty. Now, let's talk about color here.
Ooh, okay. I did want to mention, because Rhonda had asked, and we are on it, and I left you a note on your, that you asked me about. But the points are in progress. We are hoping or looking for probably anywhere like mid to later summer for that to all roll out. We just have to have everything in place, but keep asking, keep pushing, and it will happen soon.
No,
it's very exciting. I think it's going to be cool.
Find a good print for my flop off here. That might work. Yeah?
Yeah.
The blue? Now we have to talk about what color we're going to use for our print color here.
Oh, yes. And we figured out that for our Artie Perk members, like our Mucky Mucks and our Loverlies, those of you continue on, like, doing your thing, or if do not worry, do not fret that, that word's in my mind because Carlos said that we will not take care of you. We will take care of you. No worries. We've got a whole system thing kind of worked out already. Brad stayed up late and there's a spreadsheet involved. So very cool way to transition anybody that, even if it was 1 month or whatever, we got you covered. So just carry on so don't worry about any of that. Just carry on as business as usual. And then we will get that worked out like whenever the rollout happens. What you doing there?
That might be interesting. Okay. I think I've got them lined up. Now, I was just thinking about this one, and I want to, we're going to interview it. Because I would lose some things here. But let's just see what this...
Hi, Marcia.
All right,
Welcome.
I don't have to do that. I'll just use this one.
Brad did the math. Yes, thankfully. Because, like we talked about, and I was like, okay.
All right.
We got to work that out.
Now, how would I approach this? I would definitely want to be using a transparent paint because I don't want to block out all of these wonderful areas that I have here.
Well, you want the lines, don't you?
I want the lines, but I don't want to lose those areas. And that's what's going to come through. If this is going to be the one that goes down on top. Now, if I do the flop off, then these would be the lines.
Okay, actually, one of two ways here. You either need to put full layer of paint down, stencil, pull off in-betweens with tissue, pull up stencil, do print onto gel plate, or utilize a very nice open paint
and do a flop off.
You almost get better results.
I almost think I have a better chance of,
because you just like whatever gets left back on the plate,
yes.
And then whether or not how much of that's actually going to come back off of the gel plate onto the painted surface.
True.
Paint to paint, always a little, extra.
In that case, we don't have a whole lot of interest going on here.
Oh, Brad says you could use washi tape on areas.
Oh, I could. I mean, I certainly could. I don't want to do that right now because that's going to take a lot of time.
I was going to say,
and I don't know.
We got 25 minutes.
See me blocking out little.
It'll take her 25 minutes.
That is a really excellent idea.
She likes it a lot. You'll see this stencil will probably have blocked off areas the next time it gets used.
Yeah, the next time you see it, it's going to look way different. And the whole thing is that now I need 2 of these because I need where I've blocked it off Or you need to make me a stencil with those all blocked. You know, that this solid. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, Jackie.
I don't know if that would be something that people would be interested in. I don't know.
Just me. What do you mean? M, have P show your paper. Let me know what you mean.
What is it now?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta find an open paint here. It's gonna be conducive to what we've got going on. I wanted permanent maroon, but it's not open, of course. And I could make something open, but you know, dadgummit. Ah, violet oxide. Now the problem with violet oxide, it is
pretty opaque.
But we decided that wasn't going to be a problem with the flop off.
Yeah, because you want the lines to kind of
Yes.
be bold.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over this with this. Pull it up. This is going to be the print that's going to go down. Then the flop off is going to go over on top of this one.
Yeah.
Do you see how complicated all of this is? My God, I'm even confused.
She'll get her done.
I will. Just have to think about it. Just calm down. So, I want to take my flop off immediately and put it over here. You know, I got to get rid of this dadgum brayer. It's just
But it
driving
sticks
me
very nicely to the UPO.
flipping nuts. And I don't have a place to put it. I need to put it over here.
Never enough room.
So, I'm going to pull up my thing here.
Yes, I agree. Art over chores.
You need to get rid of the brayer and it needs to go over there because I need this area to not be obstructing my...
Oh!
What?
Yes! Thank you, just me.
What?
The green paper. Show
Oh,
it.
you-
My paper.
Oh,
yes,
Mariah's
that's what.
green paper.
Yes.
While we're, because
like,
I'm in
my
the business of doing this.
Did I make paper? I did. Look at that. I made pretty sparkly paper. That happened yesterday.
Now, I'm going to attack this on Thursday, along with all my leafing.
Leafing on Thursday.
We're leafing on Thursday.
Nothing leafed behind.
The leaves are going to dominate the stream. I promise. I just got off on this because number one, I saw the borders. I had no intention of using those today. That was very spontaneous.
Yes.
This is very spontaneous.
This is why we try not to plan too much, y'all.
Use lots of paint. Don't be afraid to use a little paint.
When you're using
A lot of
stencils, you need to get it down in there.
And the crevasses. And besides that, when you're transferring it, you want to have a good solid.
Thank you, Cynthia. And
Smear
thank you,
of
just
paint.
me. Sorry, it took me a minute. Oh, good golly. Okay, you need to have good coverage.
Good
And
coverage.
Nice coverage on your stencil. She's going to do a flop off.
Because you want nice coverage in both places. Because you're going to be putting your paper down on one of them.
Oh, and why are
And
you getting
another one.
so many Brayer marks today?
I don't know.
Did you not
can't.
want me to talk about that?
I can't know this.
This is not something I'm knowing. There's going to be a little pinchy
Yeah, a
mark in
little-
the corner.
But there's not anything I can do about
No.
that. Okay. Dry brayer.
There you guys go. Now you have a better view of what's going on over there.
And then
Oh, hi, Diana. Is she here? Serenity? Or is it Serendipity? Are we doing? Okay, sorry. kind of shadowy.
I think it's cool.
It's not as dark as I wanted it to be.
Now,
but
here's the thing. These areas down here, this is the other lovely thing about the open paint. If you want to come in while that is still, and I can even collect some paint over here and come in and
dab it out.
And dab it here and hither and yon, where it really, you know, it just didn't adhere, and it's almost always on the edges. But now look at that. I'm still not finished with my stencil yet because.
Oh, and then Estella says you can emphasize with pencils. That's so true. You could come back now that you have like a good kind of outline of everything.
Yes.
Like you could come in and do some really cool things. Very good call, Estella. She knows us well.
She does. Try to bring this over here where you can see what I'm doing.
Just making a mess. It'll be pretty here in a minute. You got 15 minutes.
I can do it.
Okay.
This is the lovely aspect of open paints.
And those of you that live in drier climates, open paints are a wonderful thing to have.
And I can't remember who it was that said that that's all they use. And they live in Arizona.
I think that was Christy Hartman. Who, by the way, will be our interview on the 20th. Just 13 days away. That's how that works, time. It's the 7th. In case y'all didn't know.
Voila.
She doesn't know. And then there's stuff on the plate.
And then there's
See, 3 things out of just that one bit of business. Well, actually, there's going to be more because there's more wiping off. But
I just keep.
It depends on how far she wants to go with that.
And I don't have to worry about my paper sticking to the plate on this, simply because it's open paint and it's going to stay moist for a long time. There we have that. Look how cool that looks.
That I like a lot. See that paint's still wet.
And then we can come in and pick this up. Have kind of a cool ghost print here. Just a suggestion of the.
Yeah, that's kind of how we are here too, Deb. Look at you. Getting all them prints. That's fun. Kind of looks like it's in the sand.
Okay, so we've got that one. And you can see it's shiny. It's still wet. Very wet. I can't put something on top of that. Now this, it's semi-tacky.
And not in a sense that it has bad taste.
No, it's like texturally tacky.
It's funny. Just let me know in the chat if you thought that was funny.
And this was our flop off. And this was our rub off.
Flop off, rub off, pull off.
Flop off, rub off, ghost print pickup.
Pull off.
And this was the full on print.
4.
I know, isn't that? And you know.
Thanks, Darcy.
What
She's always there to give me a good chuckle face, Mariah. When I make a funny, and I'm like, that was funny. Naomi, thanks, guys. Y'all make me feel good. Thank you.
I like the sand look. Oh, yes, the texture-y.
That just
yeah.
See, that just marinated.
An iridescent glaze, yes. I think any of these would benefit. And you could even come in and you could ombre this.
Oh, yes.
So that you'd have different things going on.
Especially if you're using the right transparent paints. Ooh, girl. Ombre.
Ombre. Okay. Now, the downside is you don't want to stack these on top of each other.
They need to
This is still very, very wet.
You got to keep them separated.
I don't know. I'm running out of... This is still very sticky. I'm still...
Thanks, Mo.
And this was pretty good, but see, this is on... It's absorbed into the paper because there wasn't... Look at us picking up the rest of the...
Directly to paper.
Directly to paper, it dries faster. I really think that this is a very cool looking brand. And do something with that.
Sky hooks. We do actually have.
And then this is on.
It's on my side though.
Paint on paint.
Yes.
And then you can see the impression of the laid surface of
yes
cardstock.
See, one
from
print,
the cards.
One print leads to another.
And yeah,
it's a cycle.
Four from that particular pull. All right. So what else here?
And I would say, if you are going to, Joni, if you're gonna buy some open paints, buy a set in the little smaller tubes of the acrylic. Or of the open acrylic sets. That's what I'm trying to say.
Very much so.
Because it's going to last you a while.
Yeah.
Because they go a long way. It's true. But we're trying to get other people involved in this, Sophia, so... we don't want them to worry right away.
I had to brayer that off.
That's right. You can't just make one full.
And this will be fine. I mean, there's minimal on the plate.
Minimal.
But there's some.
It's a little, yes. That's right.
I don't know. That probably picked up as much as it left behind, but... I'm just trying to keep this plate kind of pristine because I actually cleaned it up the other day. And it does have some ooky junk on it, but try to keep it to the minimum.
Alright, you got 12 minutes.
I don't have anything else to do.
I think what you should do, if you would, or could. Okay, so... Oh, good gosh. She's scaring me.
No worries. Just... the guillotine.
Just the guillotine, ready to chop somebody's leg off.
It was sticking out further than it needed to.
Or merely a flesh wound would be incurred.
Nothing was wounded.
Not this time.
Okay.
Show the new stamps again, please. Mo has requested.
Show the new stamps again.
Yes, put them all out there. Let's absorb the parade.
Okay. Well, you can't really see them.
No, you need to have the little print, the things that I give you with them. They're helpful. That's why I supply them.
Okay. I didn't even stamp the leaf. But I'm going to leaf stamp.
Leaf on Thursday.
Leaves are on Thursday, but I'll show you the different sizes here. So you can just get yourself ready.
All excited. And sorry for the little ghosty stamping, because what I do is I put the, when I bring them up, sometimes I put them face down. So that's why there's, weirdness there.
Here we go. Here, this is more better.
That is more better.
This is more better.
Although I don't know why the rabbit and the bee and everybody are in there, but that's okay.
The rabbit and the bee were being utilized in another
another project. The rabbit is by Paula. The bee is by PM Artist Studio, in case you did want to know. But those have been in the shop for quite some time.
See, look at those little leaves. I'm just so excited about those leaves. Hey, you have the...
Safio is the designer of the leaves.
You have the PM Artist Studio.
Mantra.
Yes. There's that.
And P's handwriting. And she did it kind of fancy-like, too. I like that.
I did do fancy writing.
Because she extended the little, you know, hoopty-doos and whatnot.
But I think it works out well for
it does.
A stamp.
I like it. It made it fancy.
Yeah. I did. Okay, now, was that one stamped? I don't think that one was
The
stamped.
QR code does.
We don't have the little ones. You don't have the little ones stamped.
I may not have put them... I thought I did, but I may not have included them there in the... But those are the two new requested smaller. And then there's even the Itty-Bitty.
Oh, the Itty-Bitty one.
See, and you can see that in red.
So cute. Look at that little jobber.
So cute. But not the barcode. No, it's not anything PM related. Now, if Becky wants to tell you what it is, she can tell you what it is. But that's Becky's call.
We'll just do a little extemporaneous stamping since we have a little time here.
8 minutes of stamping. It's
8
a
minutes.
lifetime.
I can stamp the crap out of something in 8 minutes.
Yeah, it works. It does. It does. Gerald would like to know, did you dim the light when you wrote that? It probably was late at night.
Why did he ask that? What does that mean?
Because it's fancy.
Oh, you mean was I drinking wine and candlelight?
Feeling, you know.
Yeah. You know, I like wine. It just doesn't like me. It makes me hot and my cheeks
You threw that part in. Nobody asked you that.
turn red.
I'm going to turn us off because you're stamping like behind us.
I'm
But we love watching you utilize that stamp pad.
Do you?
Yeah. It's fascinating stuff.
So rude. So rude.
Sure.
I'm telling you, this size stamp right here, I like it. And Brad fights me sometimes because he just doesn't think that it really is what we need. And I know sometimes he just does it, so I'll just shut the hell up.
That's a lot of times.
But isn't that, look at that. This is on a brayer off and a flop off and a wipe off. But I mean, already it's just looking absolutely splendid.
Yes. It is a good size.
Okay. Now I'm going to get this other one over and do it over here.
Yeah, she really has. She has embraced her stampiness and has now even started doing it with the acrylic paints, which is very exciting. It's opened up the whole...
I resisted that.
She did.
Oh, I don't want to mess that up. Got to get my little pictures out here. I'm going to tape those all down on a piece of thing and do it on the outside of my envelope that I have.
Oh, yeah? I like that.
I'm just spontaneously turning this and twisting it. And you can just see how well it works in. And
I know, me too, Devin. And Julie, I know, just make sure you have the little bath waiting for it.
that's really important. I worry about that, and I take, when I do finally, I mean, it's not that I know the people that make the stamps and I can get more, but here's the dealio. Usually, I get my stamps when all the orders are filled.
Yes.
And sometimes that takes a little while. I'm not saying forever, but I get put on the back burner.
She does. We take care
And
of y'all
especially if I've been, gifted with a stamp and
Oh, wonderful. No worries, but yes, that sounds awesome, Sophia.
What is it?
Yes, and technically there are 4 sizes, Candy, because there's one. We didn't do it in like the flip reverse thing for the Itty-Bitty, but there's a whole new section of Itty-Bitty stamps, and there's that little tiny one, just in case anybody wanted that. She wanted it, and she'd already used it, because we were just being funny and saying, was that small enough for her? And she's like, I want that.
I like it.
I like it. I'm going to use it. And she wouldn't give it back.
Brad just thought he taped my reaction.
Yeah, we do have video of it. But her hair looks a little hot mess crazy. I was like, I don't think we can post that. But we have it for our internal humor. But she didn't react the way we wanted her to.
What was my reaction supposed to be?
Well, we really just wanted to kind of give you a hard time and you, like, be all, like, y'all aren't being serious kind of thing. But you were like, I love this. And
I love it. I want it.
Yeah.
Can I keep this one? Because sometimes they don't let me keep things.
And then Brad and I were both like,
talk about
that backfired on us.
And people want it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get real angry with me because I said something about, you know.
We do. We admonish her.
Yes. Now, I can just see this after all the ink dries, because you don't want to be messing around with this. This ink takes a little while to dry.
And will take extra time to dry because in the places that it has the paint, it takes extra time. But it is archival, so it will dry eventually, just not, you know, super fast.
You know, all of these little things that, and Brad,
well, 3 sizes, actually,
this
4
is
sizes.
what he's really deciding how much he needs to have the laser go into the foam to get a good cut.
Well,
or the depth of the laser.
Okay, wait, ask me that again. What?
Okay, these little test things, he's testing to see how far in it should go to make a good stamp.
Just testing line width, really.
Line width
to know
and
what,
depth.
Oh, yeah, because there are so many different settings to set up on the machine to be able to make sure that the design that you think that you're going to get is what you're going to get.
I mean, I just think, you know, when you go back and forth like this, you can just create a little grid thing there. I think those are bloody wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Here, show these cards. ATCs are artist trading cards. And
this little jobber, look at that.
Yeah, these are fantastic for that sort of thing. Here.
Yeah, I use those all over the place on here, see? Now, this one looks like it's slightly larger.
It is. Because, again, you have the original tester one.
These are original testers.
We went a little bit bigger just so that way we could be consistent, again, with the lines and the cuts.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I love the fact that I have both of them, though.
Yes. Y'all don't get both, sorry. There is a point where we just go.
This cute little snail here. Be crawling in among my leaves.
Oh, Patty wanted to know that, did you get the ATC? Yes, well, we got, you got an ATC from Patty in her, I'm trying to think the other day from, you know, sorry, I'm not.
I don't think so. Or maybe it was just in with the papers. I don't.
Yeah, hold on here, because
Maybe I already gave it to you to have you put it away.
No, I haven't put one in the book. That's why I'm thinking that it would still be in the package. So we needed to, I think she still has a package behind her.
I do have the, I didn't do anything.
Good.
It's still in the envelope and everything.
Well, we'll
now,
pull that
here's
up.
one of the, this is one of the originals, the testers. Which that's what I used on.
Yeah.
On here. There's another little.
Now, some of y'all may actually own some of these. Those of you that won giveaways. Because I had tons of these little things, and I'm like, I'm not throwing them away in the trash. So.
That's another, I have 2 snails now.
Honey, I can't read your lips.
I really don't need 2 snails.
It is time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll be back here on Thursday. We are going to be no leafing behind. Bye, guys. We'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for hanging.